All right. Hello, all you beautiful, wonderful, amazing, spectacular tea people. Today, there are a bunch of new teas, and we'll talk about this. I bought it because people say, "Oh, you should buy more expensive teas." Well, you buy more. So, I bought some, and we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about what it is. We're going to talk about how this works, and we're going to talk about what this means here, which is, of course, the competition teas. And it comes in your fancy box, and you have to pay a lot of money for your box. But the tea in there is pretty amazing. It's pretty. This tea in here is pretty good. I had a tea trip the other day. And they bought a box of this stuff, but I bought like 4 boxes. And so I don't know if you guys want to. Well, we'll talk about it. If you want to buy the whole box, I can sell you the whole box, or else obviously I'm going to open them up. We'll open up that one and do a little thing. But what are the teas that I have in front of me here? I have some teas coming in from other places. So the teas are coming in. And so when the teas come in, I got to try them out, because if I don't try them out, I got to make sure that they're okay. So that's what we're looking at over here. So this one here is the wild ginger flower tea. Over here, this one is the acacia milk oolong, acacia charcoal roasted milk oolong, which is a great one. Really nice. This one here is just one that I got at the tea fair that I haven't really put on the site yet. I got to drink it again. I want to see how it goes. I'm going to leave it off. Probably not going to talk about it too much. Leave it off to the side. This one over here is a really, really, really good one that I'm actually excited about. I'm going to drink it again. You can see I bought some. I didn't buy that much, but I bought enough of it here. And when I went to go see my buddies in Raceway. But if it's good, like I'm going to try it again. But if it's really, really good, I'm going to buy a bunch of it because it's so affordable. It's so affordable for everybody involved. And, of course, we will do the reveal. We will gently and rather seductively peel open the plastic, and we will look at this and look at all the stamps, and I'll describe to you what the stamps are, why they're there, and what's everything about this. And if you want one, then let me know. We'll get into that in a minute. But you can see I haven't done too many live streams or any social media stuff for a while, mostly because you're wonderful. I've been extremely busy, I've been busy. I've been like really, really, really busy packing tea. And, well, that's no good. I forgot my little spoon. I'm telling you, I'm so looking forward to going and being, when we move the warehouse, I'm going to move the warehouse temporarily into my house. Cindy, how's it going? I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're acclimatizing and everything. Cindy came to visit the other day. Cindy actually was I showed it the other day, but I got an amazing present. The pick, the poor pick that I desperately needed. 2 of them actually. But I've been extraordinarily busy. I've been doing trips. I did a couple trips, and the people out there, you are so wonderfully amazing. I've been basically packing tea, just non-stop. Packing tea, which I cannot complain about in the very least. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use another cup because I don't feel like going up and putting dead air on the internets. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use another cup, and we'll drink these teas. Now, these 2 teas are from the wild ginger flower and the acacia roast oolong. Those 2 teas are from Taoyuan, which is right by the airport in Taipei. And they're from the most amazing garden. I absolutely love this garden. I love to go and visit them because it's such a unique garden. It's just so unique. It's in the middle of everything, there's this oasis of green. It's quite a large oasis, but it's like literally in the middle of everything. It's right on this bluff. You can look down the bluff and into the ocean. You know, the airport's over there. And it's just like you get off the highway and you're on a main road, and then you go down these other little roads and boom, you're in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spot. And so they grow a lot of tea there, but that family has been there for hundreds upon hundreds of years, just hundreds and hundreds of years. And this tea, it's so strange. And when I opened the bag, I was a little worried. I was like, well, it's not, because the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks, we've had just an insane amount of really quite beautiful. Actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go get the spoon. That's just unwieldy. We have these beautiful teas, right? So there's the Magnolia Orchid, and there is the Magnolia Orchid and the Rose. Oh, come on. The Magnolia Orchid, the Rose, and of course the Gardenia. And I cannot find my little spoon. My little spoon has disappeared. Alas. So I guess I'm just going to be doing that for this live stream. That's okay. There's like, in the whole world, there's like 3 people that watch him, so it's okay. And so I don't have a spoon. I'm going to be using my little teacup. But like I said, I'm really looking forward to moving to the new spot, because the new spot, this floral tea is so unique. I'm actually looking to get in some of these teas. Will you get the Robin Egg teacups back in stock? Mr. Moose, you know what? I could get those back in stock anytime. These are some of them here. You can see these are the Robin's Egg teacups. I can get them back in. I'm pretty sure I can get them back in stock any. They're from my local supermarket. So I live sort of a little bit out of the main city. And so the local supermarket is, it's got a lot of teaware. And back in the day, when I first started, I used to buy all my teaware from the local supermarket. And I haven't, just because I'm like, I've been doing sort of a little bit better teaware. But yes, if you know what, I'll do it. I'll go get some more, and maybe next couple of days I'll stick it up back on the website. Because I don't, understandably, I don't like charging a lot for those types of things, because they're for my local supermarket. You know, so I usually charge just a couple bucks for them. I don't really make a lot of money from them, understandably. Anyways. This flower is the wild ginger flower. And the wild ginger flower grows usually by water. Comes up, it's got like a ball that sort of looks like this. And then these flowers shoot off the sides. And the flowers are really, really tasty. Like, they're super spicy. And they're kind of fragrant, but not all that fragrant. But this tea, and I haven't had this tea on the site for a long, long time. But this tea really encompasses the taste of the tea, which is a sweet, spicy, smooth, and sort of like literally like a ginger flower. Like, if you could imagine ginger being a flower, that's what it would be like. And, you know, it's nothing particularly. The tea underneath it is the same as the Gardenia, and actually the same as they're from a different area, the Magnolia Orchid. That was a tough one to name. So I just threw it all together. But anyways, you can read the description about that one. The Magnolia Orchid one is quite a fascinating flower as well. And so, yeah, it's back in stock. Just tested it out. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is pretty good. We're good. Back in stock. I'm going to probably leave this one for a second. Now, let's go to this tea. And this tea, again, we're going to be getting to, we'll get to this box. I want to drink these teas a little bit. We'll get to these box. Actually, we'll do this fast. This tea is, now I've talked about this before, and I haven't talked particularly seriously about this, but this tea is from an extremely rare terroir, right? So this is from about as rare a place as you can possibly get, in the sense that there's only basically one garden in this area. The ground, no tea is grown on this ground anywhere else, except for there's a little place a little bit further south that grows a little bit of tea. But basically, there's an entire mountain range called the Coastal Mountain Range in Taiwan. And this is it. This is like the one place. Now, this is also the place that does the flowers. So I can't wait to get the small leaf chrysanthemum. That'll be in the next couple weeks. Small leaf chrysanthemum is coming soon, which I love. And again, sorry if I don't. Hey, man, how's it going? Sorry if I don't. The answer, for some reason, I don't know why it happened, but it doesn't scroll when people pop in or when people say things. So if I miss your thing, on the YouTube it works fine. So if you really want to make sure I get a question in, then you can plop it in the YouTube, because I'm live on YouTube as well. Anyway, so sorry about that. But yes, hello, long time no see. I hope you're doing absolutely wonderfully well. This terroir is mud, and it is called the Coastal Mountain Range in Taiwan. It's actually a separate plate. The Central Mountain Range is one plate, and then it's the other plate. I forget the names of them now. But it is muddy, thick, and salty. It's a salty terroir. So this tea is a heavily oxidized Jinchuan, where the upfront is salty. It's a salty upfront, and it's a salty vegetal. Sorry, I can't wait to move to the next spot. I'm going to have like a studio spot where it's going to be in the outdoors in the back. The background will be the mountains there, and I'll just have all my stuff lined up, and it'll just be perfect every time. Or at least I think so. But this has this muddiness to it in the upfront, which is fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, this muddiness, because you can't get it anywhere else. This muddy saltiness in the upfront, almost like a vegetable broth, right? A salty, sweet vegetable broth in the upfront, and then it moves to the mid mouth, super thick as Jinchuan, right? So it's a thick mid mouth, and then in the back end, you're getting Jinchuan fruits and a touch of floral. It's beautiful. They don't sell too much teaware near me. Mostly coffee drinkers here, and I'll add some to my next order of tea. I have a lot of tea right now. Hey, don't worry about that. Like I said, I take it for granted, right? So the question was about these teacups, and I get them at my local supermarket, and there's like 25 different versions of teacups there. And those seem to me like the nicest ones, although my aesthetics, I'm sure you can tell by now, if you've watched more than one of these, my aesthetics are not exactly my strong suit. But I'll go get some more. I'll throw them back on the site. Why not? Because I do take it for granted. I know that many times in different parts, especially in the United States, teaware is hard to come by. Absolutely. But what's the story behind this tea, and why is this tea so... Oh, the aftertaste is so amazing on this tea, and just lasts forever and ever and ever. And it's dirt cheap. Now, why is it dirt cheap? Why is it dirt cheap? The reason it's dirt cheap is because they don't have anybody to go up there and pick. So because they don't have anybody to go up there and pick, what they did was they cut it by machine, right? So so the two-handed machine, they cut it down. And then my buddy made it into a tea because he's really good at doing it now, using the sort of the machine cut stuff and making it into a tea. But nobody else really wanted it. So he got the leaves really, really cheap. And so he got the leaves really, really cheap. Muddy, like earthy camphor, not camphor, vegetable soup. And he's able to get these leaves extraordinarily cheap, right? Extraordinarily cheap. And because he's been able to get these leaves extraordinarily cheap and been able to create this really nice brew out of it, I'm going to be able to sell this tea. I'll probably release it when I get to it. There's no big hurry. But it's sort of a, you can see it here. It's like maybe see like a 60 or 70%, or not that much, but a 30 to 40% oxidized oolong. I can sell it so cheap, which makes me really happy. Because getting cheap, and again, cheap is relative, like affordable tea out there is so important. Clean, affordable tea, so people can drink it and not, at the same time, there's also stuff like this, which we will get into in a second, which is the opposite side of it, from the same place. New subscriber. Well, hello, Mr. Smith. Do you drink Moojine tea or cranberry hibiscus? Moojine, Moojine, I do not know what that is. Cranberry hibiscus, I drink almost no blends, but the hibiscus that they make it from, which is those beautiful, they're called roselles. I'm assuming this is the same one. But the cranberry, it's got a very cranberry flavor to it. Here they actually grow them, and right now they're sort of in season, just at the end of the season. What I actually do is I'll actually buy a big bunch of them, and then what you have to do is you chop off one end, you poke out the green center, and then you're left with a snack. And so I will literally just eat them fresh, because originally from the Indian subcontinent, really fascinating plant. You can look into it, the roselle plant. But I don't usually drink it. I just eat it fresh during this season, and it really helps with the weather change and all those different types of things. But if you describe to me what Moojine tea is, I might be able to help with that as well. Generally speaking, I am a hipster tea nerd, and I drink full leaf teas only. 99% of the time, except, no, I guess less than that now, 90% of the time, because now I've got some, I guess this is technically 100% tea leaf, right? But it's been scented with the wild ginger flower, the rose, right? That's a blend. There's rose petals in there. But the orchid magnolia one, that one is 100% tea leaf as well, just been scented by that beautiful plant. Tea vendors, how's it going? I hope you're doing absolutely wonderfully well. So, why don't we get to the main course here? Vegetable broth goes to the middle, dropping off the back end into a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Jinchuan floral. Wide mouthfeel, and it's gonna, like $20 for 100 grams. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'll be able to share this clean tea with everybody. Now, can you see the stamps? Can you see them? Those are stamps. They are stamped, my friends. They are stamped. And this one, which I disagree with, although I didn't try the other ones, I do disagree, because I tried this and I'm like, why is this only third place? No rhyme or reason when you get to this level of tea. It is bronze. It is the bronze award. Now, as you can see here, all over the box, you have these little bugs. So these are the green leaf hopper friends, our friends, the green leaf hoppers. And this is the Hualien Reishui honey scented black tea. Hualien Reishui Mi Shang Hong Ta. Tea leaf hopper whispers in the East Rift Valley, handling the tale of world #1 honey scented down in time torrent. Now, obviously, that is a direct translation, and I'm sure in Mandarin, it's beautiful. But I don't know whether in English it lives up totally to the name of a time torrent, but it is authentically from my buddy, and there was, so this was from the contest in early November, and so let's open it up and see what you can see here. Now, there are stickers and there are stamps everywhere. I thought I was going to have to use the knife, but I don't need to. So you can see here, Now, each one of these has, I think it's 150 grams of tea, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap, right? So what happens, how it works is the Farmers Association, what they will do is they will get all the farmers in the region, and then they'll say, give us your best stuff. And you go and you send, usually it's about 6 kilograms of tea, and you send it in, right? So that means, if you have less than 6 kilograms of tea, you can't do it, right? Sometimes it's more, 7 kilograms, 8 kilograms. Anyways, but you got to have 6 kilograms of tea. You send it in, and you can enter as many times as you want. I believe you have to spend a little money to enter it. Depends on the Farmers Association and things like that. But what you get at the end is you get all your tea packaged up, put into these beautiful boxes. And if you win, for example, the bronze prize here or higher, right? So usually they have the best in show, and then they have first place, and then they have second place, and then they have third place. Again, I drank this tea the other day. And I was like, why is this third place? This is great. But I didn't try the ones up above it. And then they give it back to you with like however many of these. So 6 or so, usually about 20 to 30, sometimes more, up to 40 of these, depending on how much tea that they give. And then you have these, and then you put these up on your wall. And then if you won the first place, then each one of these, it's like tea gambling. So there's a chance there's something better than the winner, but it's only 1 kilogram in existence. Absolutely. That happens all the time, right? All the time. Absolutely. 100%. That happens all the time. And that's some of the teas that I try to get that are actually cheaper than this. I know they're better. There was only a little bit. I tried them out. I'm like, give it to me. Just give it to me. I'll buy it. How much do you want for it? And sometimes I'll be able to get those teas. But absolutely 100%. There are teas that are only produced in a couple kilograms that don't make it into the box. Mujin tea, also known as Bahama berry or pineapple verbena. It is native to the East Caribbean islands. Mr. Smith, that sounds absolutely wonderful. I've never tried it, nor have I ever heard about it, but it sounds tasty. That's something that I'm sure would grow in Taiwan. And it's one of those things, too, that I'm going to be adding in a lot more tisanes or herbal teas in the next little while, because not everybody likes caffeine for their bodies. So what would that box run price-wise? So this box, if you went to my buddy and you were like, hey, I'm a friend of the slightly pudgy bald guy who talks to his phone and drinks tea. Probably about 2,000 NT or more. 2,000 NT or more, maybe 3,000 NT, depends on the situation and the time, which would be anywhere from 70 to 80 to 100 US dollars for the box. Now, if it was the winner, like the top winner, sometimes these boxes go for like $300 to $400. So like $1 a gram. But this would be probably about 50 to 60 cents a gram, something like that, give or take. And, you'd get it with the plastic still wrapped and the authentic stickers and all these things. And so that's about how much, what I'm going to do. I don't exactly know how much I'm going to sell it. I got to do the math, but probably between 40 to 50 cents a gram, something like that, give or take. And, sell it in the smaller quantity so everybody can try it. You don't have to buy the whole box. But if you want to buy the whole box, pricey but not unreasonable. Well, it's only third place. And I think it's unreasonable. But I live in Taiwan and I don't have to deal with the price gouging Western-facing sellers, which people would argue I am one, of course. But I certainly am not the worst. I pride myself on certainly not being the worst price gouger when it comes to that stuff. If you have something that can give the Blue Lotus a run for its money, go for it. Well, yeah, that's it, right? It's the Blue Lotus and things like that. So anyways, here we go. I'm going to break the seal. I'm going to break the sticker. I'm going to break it, and I'm going to show you what's inside. And I only bought like 4 of these boxes just to start to see what the market was. But I spent a lot of money on these boxes. And so here we go. You ready? You ready? Here we go. I'm going to break the seal. Okay, here we go. You ready? Here goes. I broke it. Oh no, I just lost all my money, right? I can't resell it. Oh no, it's terrible. It's like driving a car off the lot, right? And oh, well, there's another sticker down at the bottom here. So here, there's the authentic sticker down at the bottom. And here we go. Okay, I have to use my finger on that one. But anyways, here we go. Ready? Wow. All right, so here we go. We've got even the, so this is Mixiang Hongta, and this will tell you in Chinese the flavor profile that you should be expecting when you drink this tea. All right, so there's the flavor profile that you should be expecting to drink the tea. And it's got all these different things in here. And boy, they're going scientific down here. But they're telling you how they did it. And so they're actually telling you, and again, this stuff is pretty funny because it's really subjective, right? The taste of teas are really subjective. What they try and do, actually, what they're trying to do more and more is sort of give you these examples. Here you've got percentages and all these things about what they're looking for. And, they've got like Linsen Guoxiang and all these like, which means forest scent and all these like all of these, like mango and passion fruit and all of these things. And they're trying to give you percentages about saying, well, this is why this is, and it's really, really hard to do, right? Obviously, this stuff is really, really hard to do. Now, Legend of Reishui honey scented black tea. And they tell you how to brew it. They say here it should be about 85 to 90 degrees, 40 to 60 seconds, all that type of stuff. And then they've got your drunk female drinking the tea here, as you can see. They've got sort of the World Economic Forum vibe going. And what you do, you can see here, this is how you open it up. You ready? Ta-da! And then you've got yourself your everything. So I would say my biggest problem, or my biggest thing that I really wish I could improve, would be my aesthetics for selling tea. I don't have very good aesthetics. It's extraordinarily, I was going to say you are one, but I'm not the worst. I'm not the worst. By far, I'm not the worst. But I'd never call out names just because everybody has a different, I don't have a brick and mortar shop in a North American or European city. But pound for pound, I'll put my reputation on out there for any of the teas, pound for pound. I don't think there's anybody who beats me for value for the quality of teas that I do. So you can see here is this is the thing that I wish I could do better. I really do. Right. I wish I could create things that were better than this. But the idea for me of sending something like this with so much space, right? And it makes that noise, even when you got the box closed, right? It's making the noise, and then shipping that across the earth for me is really, really hard, right? If you're coming here and you want to buy this stuff and you just, like, well, yeah, all right, like, go for it, like take it home with you. That's not going to hurt the earth. But I would much rather prefer to stick it in something like this, make sure it's packaged the right way. When you ship it across the world, the impact is lower. Is that right? I do not know. I could definitely make a lot more money if I did it a different way. You got to spend a lot of money for, like for me to have something like this, it'd be about maybe $1 to $3 US, and I could charge an extra like a lot. Anyways, you can see it's got designs everywhere. It's kind of nice. It is. It's nice. We know who you're talking about. Hey, I'm not naming names, and like I said, I have literally no enemies in the tea industry because I don't even look at what other people do. Right? Or maybe I probably do have enemies in the tea industry. I just don't know who they are. Because I just, I'm sorry. I wish everybody the best. I hope they do an absolutely amazing job, and prefer that they do cleaner tea. But anyways, we won't talk about that. Pound for pound, you're a genuine individual with great quality teas. Well, I appreciate that. And unfortunately, there's more pounds than usual right now. It's working. It's working. All these aesthetics are expensive to manufacture. I think it's superfluous. And I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree. At the same time, having something look beautiful is not wrong. Right? So where's the level? Right? Where's the level? To make something look beautiful in an efficient way that doesn't hurt things, or a glass dragon with this much tea in it. Like I'm definitely more on the utilitarian side, which makes me kind of sad. Now, you ready? Here we go. This is the Golden Budded, beautiful competition tea, straight out of the thing. Like look at it. It's beautiful. Now, the fragrance coming off of the dried leaf, nothing too special. But let me tell you, I brewed this a while ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. So we're looking at about the right range, maybe 90 to 95 degrees, something like that. And again, you shouldn't be brewing this like this. I really should be. You know what? I should be using one of these pots. I should be doing it in a better way. Here I am brewing this stuff. I didn't even get my porcelain spoon, so I'm using like another cup to scoop it out into another cup. I apologize, but it's a live stream. So, what are you going to do? So what we're going to do is just going to let this brew for a minute, and I'll tell you some of the details about it. And then after it brews for a while, I'll show you what the actual pick is. Now, how do you get something that should be in one of these boxes or one of these round things with the special stuff in it, right? What do you actually have to do to the tea leaf to be able to get this? Well, as the comfortably slightly intoxicated woman on here, underneath her, you can see is the green leaf hopper. And there's only a couple times a year. The most consistent time would be sort of late May to mid-June, something like that, sort of in that time frame. That is, somebody just bought some tea. Thank you very much. When you're looking at that late May to mid-June, that's when the teas come, when the bugs come out, it's warm and humid, and they just come out and they bite the tea leaves. Now remember, caffeine is the defense mechanism of the plant. And so the bug comes out, bites it, then the leaf is like, get out of here. So it releases the stuff that we perceive to be honey. If you pick the tea leaf before it rains, and you can get the tea leaf in that way before it rains, you can actually have this amazing brew that tastes like honey. Right? Tastes like honey. And you can get it consistently. The other time of the year is around sort of the opposite of that, which would be sort of mid-September to mid-October, in that sort of range. You can also get it. And so here we go. I'm gonna jump in here. Usually I have it right here. Like I said, it's going to be better. It'll be better and better and better as these things go. It'll be better and better and better as I move to the next spot. Right now, it's pretty crazy. I drank this the other day, and I was just like, why is this third place? They're like, we don't know either. What makes a good honey fragrance black tea? A sweetness, smoothness. you're looking at the florals are some like, you know, rose and um, rose and sort of a night flowering jasmine type of flower that had a baby. You know, there's a sweetness to it. It's not quite. It's more. It's obviously darker than the Eastern Beauty, Oriental Beauty type of teas, but it's the same type of thing, right? It's all in the same sort of frame of reference and all those different types of things together. Um, but how do you describe quality? You know, you really have to sort of drink it to know. And once you drink it once or twice, a couple times, then you really do sort of know, and you sort of do know. I would say for sure that this is the water temperature is a little bit too low for me. I like a much stronger water temperature, and see if I can pull out some leaves. They're not quite ready yet, but again, when you're doing this, don't drink this like this. So this particular one, I bet you. Let's see. Here's all the things that they use, like the 20%, the 10%, all these different types of things. Functions over form. Yes, well, I think so. Speaking of buying tea, when is the new Forma Census and the Huaya Chen stuff coming out? Mid-January. Not right now, mid-January. It'll all come out then. I still haven't gone to see everybody, but I really have to do that. Now, I think I might know why I got third place and not first place. The upfront is not super, super honey sweet. This tea works really, really well on the back end. So, excuse me, the back end type of stuff is working really, really well. Hey, you know what I can do? This is what I'm going to do. I've got a filter over here. I don't have my spoon, but I do have my filter. Oh no, I don't have my filter now. Okay, never mind. I wonder where my spoon went. But where this tea absolutely excels is I am breathing out some of the best honey fragrance black tea I've had. Now, the up front, it's not really there. It's there, but you're not like, oh, but the aftertaste and the longevity of this is amazing. Like, it is amazing. It is spectacular. It is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it's also one of the hardest things in a competition style. So if you're in the competition style and you're doing sort of the competition style grading of teas, you're drinking up to 100 teas in half an hour, right? And some of the people drink them, some of the people spit them out, but the judges will come through, sniff, do their thing, you know, the different ways that they do it. But aftertastes are not something that they're really going after because they can't measure it during the competition. And so this tea, the upfront is good, the mid-mouth, strong, perhaps a little tart. Maybe the tartness is not what they're looking for, but then you just breathe out quality. You breathe it out. And I've talked about this before, and anybody out there who's had good tea, you know what I'm talking about. There is a mentholation. There is almost like a mint when you drink the really, really good teas, the aftertaste as you breathe out, you know, like just, it's amazing. Right, it really is. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I haven't gone to see Mr. Chen, and I haven't gone to Alishan, and one of my boys, I don't know, I think I've talked about it. I got sort of hay fever, and one of my boys got it pretty bad, so he's been coughing at night. He's better now, but for a couple of weeks he was coughing at night. So it was really tough for me to say to my wife, off I go, you deal with the kids, you know, I'm off, you know. So hopefully get closer to the end of this month or early January, I can go and see everybody. I'm going on a vacation for January, or the end of December, because got a very nice Christmas present from my parents, and so we're going to go and spend it on a hotel, because that's kind of what you do in Taiwan, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I guess. Well, there's some. I will not complain even for a second about living here. And like I said, I guess I can sort of understand why it's third place, why it got the bronze, but at the same time, I'm like, this should have been higher. This one should have been higher. Because I've tried a lot of competition teas, honey fragrance black tea competition teas in my life, and it's got a really energetic but sort of relaxing chi, which is pretty rare for one of these, like a chi to be this way. It's doing it again. I don't know. Maybe I think they turned it down. There was one day where every time I like moved my hands around, that it would give me the thumbs up. I don't know. It was, if you're on YouTube, it's the Instagram annoying thing there. What was I going to say? That's about it. Now, questions. So questions about all this stuff. For this, if you are extremely interested in getting one of these, let me know. I can do a special purchase of these. I will have them up for sale on the site. Yeah, I guess I can just put the boxes up for sale on the site, and I'll phone up my buddy and ask him how many he's got, and I just buy them. If anybody's interested in them, get the price and price out the shipping and all of that. I will be opening them up and putting them. Each one of these is 75 grams, so I'll probably put them into 3. Maybe do 25 grams so people can try them out for less than $100 or whatever it is to get this thing shipped to you. And yeah, but if you're interested, just send me an email or a PM or whatever, and we'll try and hook you up. These two teas, the Acacia and the Wild Ginger Milk Oolong, will be, oh, sorry, there's some stuff here. These will be, I'll just put them on the site after I finish this live. Do I have my, no, I don't have my, anyways, I'll try and remember. But I've got them sitting here, so I should be able to remember. They'll be on the site, so if you want to, if they're your favorites, you can jump on it. Mid-January is almost my birthday. Would be my first time purchasing in a year or so. Okay, well, yeah. Would you say Huayan Chen is the top 3 roasters in Taiwan, or no? I don't know enough to say. I would say that he, in my own personal experience, absolutely, especially for charcoal roasting, he's definitely probably the best that I've seen for charcoal roasting. But I don't know about all of Taiwan. I can't do that. I can't do all of Taiwan. I don't know. Do you think the green leaf hoppers tend to go for some cultivars more than others? Yes. Yes, they do. And I find it quite interesting because if you were just to think about it, I think a delicate bug wanted to bite a tea leaf. Which delicate small little bug, which type of cultivar do you think that delicate small little bug would like to bite? And if you just thought about it, you'd come up with the answer, right? You'd come up with the answer, because the cultivars themselves, they do have this character, right? So the cultivars have that same character. And so, drum roll, what would they avoid? Well, they'd avoid the Asamokas, right? So they don't really bite the Ruby 18s. They don't really bite sort of the Asamoka cultivars, but they love the Chin-Chins. They love the Jintrens, not quite as much, but the Chin-Chins, they love them. What are Chin-Chins known for? Delicate florals, beautiful flavors that you know are that are ever changing and all these different types of things. So they love those teas. They love them. They absolutely love them. And so that is something that is I find quite interesting because they don't go after the Asabikas. Now I have had slight honeyness from Ruby 18s, like just a tiny little bit. And if you are super good at what you do, you can like I've got a buddy of mine in Elad who does it, who gets them to get bug bit, and you get a pineapple flavor to them after the bug bites them. So the Ruby 18 turns into like a pineapple or apple flavor, which is fascinating. But it's so rare and it takes such a skill level that the teas that are produced that way are so expensive that I'm just like, dude, it's just summer Ruby 18. What do you? No, it's apple. It's pineapple. Yeah. Okay. Listen, you're gonna sell it for that much money. You're my friend. Go for it. I hope you do. Good luck. But I'm not buying it. So they do absolutely. They do happen like that. You can get them like that. But I've never had an Asamica that's been bitten. So I've never had a bitten Asamica that actually made it through the processing. But it does happen. They do bite them. I'm quite fascinated with the leaf hopper. Isn't caffeine toxic to insects? Yes, it makes them, well, the same as us, jittery, right? It doesn't actually kill them. It just makes them run away. Although I'm sure if you drink too much of it, it'll kill you. How much is the pineapple Ruby 18 per kilogram? They were selling it at the farm for about 40 cents a gram. So I don't know how many people would want to spend, you know, whatever the price would be, 60, 70 cents per gram or above for pineapple tasting Ruby 18. Right? And, you know, I mean, there's somebody always tells me, they always say, you got to have like an expensive tea club and it's only expensive teas and na. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know whether I want to do that type of tea gambling. You know, like what if you don't like it? You just spent, you know, like 80 cents a gram on a Ruby 18. You're really going to enjoy that? Are you like, even if you don't like it? I don't know. Cotton candy, fruit. I don't know. It's tough. I'm still doing hay fevery stuff, but it's good. It's good. It's is it worth the money? If you've never had competition honey fragrance black tea, absolutely, it's worth the money. If you're a connoisseur, well, if you're a connoisseur, you can do whatever you want. But it's a beautiful tea. And let's see if I can pull out. Oh, I should have done that a second ago. And now I need the pour pick, and I don't have it. So when I drink more, I'll see if I can pull it out. 40 cents. Well, that's 40 cents for me. I still have to go there. I gotta repackage it. I gotta ship it out. So it's 40 cents a gram at the farm. Hey, you want to know the farm? I can let you know the farm. But you know, I unfortunately I can't do it for free. But 40 cents a gram for for me at the farm. So. But yeah, I still have to make a little money off of it. So again, that's the issue, right? And you know, and that's me buying like a bunch of it, and then you know, so 40 cents a gram, like the wholesale cost, and then I'm like, okay, I get it, and then have to resell it. It's like, how many people are actually going to buy this? Like pineapple Ruby 18 pineapples. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Next time I get some, maybe I'll buy like 600 grams and we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes, but that is not easy. It's not an easy market to be in. Let's see if I can pull this out. Yes. All right. So I got one out here. Check this out. Wow. Now, when you get into the sort of the competition style tees, you really do get into things that are fascinating, right? Fascinating. So hopefully you can see enough of this, right? So look at that. That's the pick, right? Isn't that gorgeous? It's absolutely gorgeous, right? So I got two different cameras on this, but look at that. You know, it's just so beautiful, and that's the pick. Right? I'm not hiding anything with my finger, right? That's it, right? That's what it is. And so imagine, you know, 10, 15 people going through the tea garden and just picking that off the tops, right? How much you need to do to get 6 kilograms of that, right? And or 2 kilograms of that, or 1 kilogram, 500 grams. Like you're going through and you're just picking that off the tops, and but that's how you're getting the competition style tees. Again, I mean that's just like, let's see. Oh, sorry, get 2 cameras. There we go. That works. The 2 cameras there, so you can see. It's just so beautiful. It really is. Just so gorgeous. Anyways, any last questions about any of the stuff going on with any of this? Any last questions about anything? Oh, yeah. I got sent these by a tea friend, and now I got to figure out how to brew them. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow, I think. I have no idea what to do with this. No idea. Like just none. But I'm going to read up on it, and then I've got some Japanese style pots, but that's I think tomorrow's live stream. We'll try it out and see how that goes. Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen with these. I am definitely a Taiwanese tea expert. When it comes to other teas, not so much. Can we do pre-orders for expensive teas? Let me get them first. Thanks to the support that I've had from the people who have supported Mountain Stream Teas. You know, at this point, I can afford to drop a couple $100 every once in a while on expensive teas and see if people like them, and then get more if people want them. And so that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. And I'll just start. I'll just start doing it, and see what people enjoy, and then maybe it'll work, and then I'll just keep doing it. I'd probably buy some weird Ruby 18s. It's hard to find weird ones because Ruby 18s usually taste like Ruby 18, but you can. The pineapple ones are pretty weird, but they're pleasant. But okay, I'll try it. I'll see what I can do. Any hints to the herbals that are coming? Well, soon enough there will be the small leaf chrysanthemum. 100%, that's coming. I would like to get in. There is, in this area, there is a beautiful organic garden, and they do the flowers of I mentioned it earlier, I drank some of it earlier, which is the wild ginger flower. And they just have the ginger flowers. That's a herbal. So I'm going to try and get some of that. The problem is that the place there is a little bit cult-ish. And so they keep wanting you to play a game for I'm not playing games. Can I just buy your, it's really good herbal tea. Can I have some? So I'm going to try and go in and get some, but they might not sell it to me unless I join the cult. There is also, there is also, oh, come on. What is it's an orange flower. It's used in Indian cooking. It's most famous in India. It's like an orange flower about this big. It's got a beautiful frilly flower that comes up. I want to say like margarine or tangerine or something like that. what is the name of that flower? It's got like a crisp, spicy scent to it, and you can eat it. And marigold. There we go. Marigold. There's a certain type of small leaf marigold that's grown in this area, and I'm going to try and get some of that as well. Those are the ones that I had in mind for the next little while. Obviously, the blue lotus, because they're awesome. Things like that. Coming from the guy who served us Ruby 18 and a passion fruit and Gapu. Yeah, I guess that's true. Golden daylily. Oh, well, I could get golden daylilies for days, but golden daylilies are soup. They're literally soup, right? So I guess I could, if you want to drink like vegetables, they taste like vegetable soup, and they're quite tasty, right? I enjoy them as a soup, but this is the area where they grow golden daylilies. So if anybody wants golden daylilies, hook me. You know, like hook me up. Slip into those DMs. I can hook you up with tons, literally tons of golden daylilies. But I thought I've many times. I'm like, oh, we should, sell this. But I'm like, but it's a soup, and it really does taste like a soup. It tastes like a vegetable soup, like a pumpkin-y soup, with a touch of floral in it. It's not really like it would be like. It would be like if I started selling that as a tea, it would be the equivalent of, selling kale, like a kale tea, which probably somebody does. But that would be like people would look at you like, what do you have in your gaiwan? Do you have a tomato in there? That would be the equivalent. I don't know. Has anybody ever heard of the daylilies as a soup, or sorry, as a tea? Because I could do it. I could sell it, but it's definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely not usually what the way it works. Golden daylily is a soup ingredient in Taiwan. Yeah, of course, that's what it is. It's soup. It's literally just like you get big bags of it dried and you throw it in soup and you add some pork and bones and. You got yourself dinner. Well, with rice and a meat and a vegetable, but you know what I'm talking about. It is as far from a tea as you can get. Let's put it that way. It's as far from a tea as you can get. But yes, so those would be. But I could do it. Like I said, I could do it if you guys want it. Yeah, that's about it for now. So those would be the things that the herbals or the tisanes that I would be getting in. And I'm just going to try and find some, right? I'm not going to do the purple plant, the corn flower or whatever it's called. I don't like the taste. And I kind of view it as a, no, I won't go into it. I won't badmouth it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bring in the purple thing where you can add the lemon to it and it turns like different color. No, I'm not going to do that. The corn bean flour or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm going to start bringing in some more and herbals and things like that. And if anybody has like a real, like, do you have this or do you have this or do you have this? Let me know. I'll see if I can find it, because I think there is absolutely no reason why high quality, clean medicinal plants should not be put in hot water and drank at the same time, around the same time as tea. Obviously, too, I'm going to work really, 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 really hard on getting as much Long Yen flower, Dragon's Eye flower as I possibly can this spring. But that's a June thing. That'll be in June. Couldn't they flash steam Ruby 18 to make a green tea? Has anybody done that? I'm still new to real tea. Absolutely, they have made a green tea out of Ruby 18. The problem is that oftentimes when you're making a green tea, you have to manipulate the leaves. And green teas are, the Asamaka, generally the Asamaka types of teas are really, really, really hard to manipulate. They stick together because they're sticky. They're just stickier. And so their sap is sticky and things like that. So when you're manipulating the to make a green tea, you have to manipulate them when they're really green. And so they've got a little bit more moisture, and so the sap comes out a little bit more. Obviously, you have to manipulate the red tea as well, like to make the black tea. But there's more of the evaporation. The wilting goes on longer for those teas, right? The wilting goes on longer. So they tend to bunch together. Now, I've had a couple green teas, the Ruby 18 green teas. They're really a pain to make, and they just sort of taste like, they don't taste very good. But who knows? Somebody out there, I'm sure, makes a really good Ruby 18 green. I haven't tried it yet. I have not tried it yet. Butterfly PT sucks as a tisane. Rather use it as a garnish. Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. And I didn't. That's the name of it. Anyways. Extremely similar to the Eastern Beauty stuff, but a little bit on the darker tea side, a little bit on the black tea side, a little bit earthier, more down to earth, less floaty up, more sort of mid-mouth down. But very similar flavors. Okay. So that's about it for today. I'm going to go, I guess I got an order in when this was happening. I'm going to go pack it up. And Mr. Moose, nice to meet you. I'm still new to real tea. Be careful if anybody calls it real tea. So if anybody out there is trying to sell you something and they say, I have real tea, run away because tea is, the idea of tea and what it is extremely subjective. Just make sure that they know that they treat it with respect and humility, right? I joke around about it, but there's I do prefer just tea leaves, but there's great scented teas, there's great blends and all those things. Just, no high pressure salesman, and if there's like spiced pineapple bits in it, don't drink it. don't drink the little bits of papaya and pineapple in your teas. As a general rule, I'm sure there's exceptions, but as a general rule, there's ways to get those flavors other ways. But anyways, that's it for now. I use it a lot when I serve dessert, eating it as it is. Yeah, well, just eating it, it's pretty a neutral flavor. It doesn't have that much going on. And it's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. And we're talking about the butterfly tea. I was calling it the bean, because it actually grows from a bean, from the pea plant. And but it's the one, it's really, really bright blue. Beautiful flower. But as a tea, I don't, or a tisane or herbal tea, I'm not a big fan. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, have an absolutely wonderful and amazing day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next live stream.